I was in San Diego, and they had like auditions for Comic View at the time. And one of the a guy named D Militant was one of the producers on Comic View. And he saw me one of the nights or something, and I went up to LA and got an audition for Comic View and got on. So then Comic View used to be a contest. There was 3 comics an episode, and then you kept moving on if you won your episode. I kept winning. I got an hour special. I didn't have an hour of material. When I say it was the slowest paced hour special, because I probably had 30 minutes, so I'd pace the stage, and I'm like, so, what's up? I was literally the whole time looking at my watch, like I gotta get through this hour. And I got the hour special and did well, and it was like a couple months later, Comic View, the head of BET, he called me and said, we're gonna make you the host. And I was like, whoa. I had been doing comedy probably a year when I became the host of Comic View.
So, and Comic View was essentially a black show. It was on BET, mostly black comics, and they had a white guy hosting Comic View.
Yeah.
Was there any sort of like backlash over this?
Yeah, there was like a petition going around. You know, I heard there was backlash, and I remember I talked to Samora about it. She was cool. I met her in LA because at that point I was coming to LA a lot from San Diego, and she said, you know, no matter who's the host, there's going to be comics that find something they don't like about you. She goes, Samora said, I was the first female host, and people didn't like that. She goes, you know, if somebody's overweight, they might say, oh, you got him, or they go, you being white makes it easy for them to find something not to like, really easy. But once people got to know me and a lot of the comics, I think they realized, oh, he's just Gary. I'm not trying to be a black dude. I'm not acting like somebody I'm not on stage. It just, I got offered the job. Who wouldn't take it at that point? I'm like 23 years old.
Oh, really? So at 23, you became the host?
Yeah, I was young.
I gotta tell you a story about last summer. I got booked in Jamaica, right? I've never been in Jamaica. I get booked by Jamaicans, right? So I got booked in this little city called Ocho Rios, right? I've never been to Ocho Rios, so I find out there's no airport in Ocho Rios. You have to fly into Montego Bay and catch a car. You gotta drive about 2 hours to get to Ocho Rios, right? So when I found that out, I got online and I reserved a limousine to take me from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios. Now what I didn't know is that Jamaican limousines are quite different than Georgia limousines. Because I get off the plane, some bitch pulls up in a Kia with limo written in Sharpie on the side. You gotta go in the back seat. What's up with the goat? I ain't paying for the goat. That's extra. I ain't paying for the goat. So I had to get to my show, right? So I get in the Kia, we ride, right? We get to my resort. I'm booked in this resort, right? It's a private resort. There's a private beach on it. I go up to my room. It's about 4 o'clock. I open the curtains. They got me a big ass suite. I'm right on the water. I look out. There's nobody on the water. Oh, this is a private beach. So I put on my swim trunks and I run out to the beach. I'm just gonna relax for a few hours on the beach by myself, get my thoughts together. I'm on the beach less than 5 minutes. 3 Jamaican dudes come out of nowhere trying to sell me pot. It's like, buy it, big man, buy it. I was like, first of all, where'd you come from? It's like these motherfuckers was in the sand and came out. You in the sand? So I bought the pot, I bought it. And honest to God, I had never smoked pot before that. They haven't smoked it since, but I figure I'm in Jamaica. That's what you do in Jamaica, you smoke pot, you know? I've never been to a whorehouse either, but if I go to a whorehouse, I'm probably gonna fuck a whore. Because that's what you do at a whorehouse. But I've never been, I haven't. But if I go to a whorehouse, watch. Like if you ever see me at a whorehouse, don't be like, Gary, what are you doing here? I'm fucking whores, what are you doing here? I ain't come for the salad, bitch. Alright, let me get back to Jamaica. I got sidetracked. Sorry about that. Alright, so now let's fast forward. Now it's midnight, right? My show's over. Show went great, right? So I'm there, and I'm with my buddy Brad, and me and Brad are partying. Brad's like, Gary, let's go out. Let's go see what Ocho Rios is about. I said, shit, let's go. So we call a cab, right? I kid you not. That same son bitch that picked me up in that Kia limo, pulled up in the same car, he erased limo and wrote taxi on it. Same fucking car. I'm like, hey man, it's the same car. He goes, no, man, it's a limo till 8, 801 becomes taxi. So listen, if you ever go to Ocho Rios, everyone's gonna tell you, go to this little tourist bar called Margaritaville, right? It's a cool little bar, but Margarita's closed on Tuesday. Only night it's closed is Tuesday. We happen to be there on a Tuesday night. So my taxi/limo driver took me and Brad up in the hills to a place called Shades. Now Shades is a strip club. We ain't no strip club till we got there. We show up, there's no sign, there's no windows. It's just a wall with a steel door that doesn't open and slides. Steel, doesn't open and slides. So me and Brad knocked on the steel door. Jamaican slides it open. We took one step in and he slid it back. I looked at Brad, I was like, this might be a bad idea. Steel. You ever seen the movie Hostel? Same shit. So, yeah, we separate, I'm out. I'm not trying to find you, I'm gone. So come on, Brad, link up, Red Rover, this shit. We gotta stay together on this. So when you go on the stage, right, the ladies here take your money, and then there's about 50 steps going down, but you don't know where the steps are going. So we're walking down the steps, we hit the bottom step. Biggest strip club I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking 25, 30 poles, about 45, 50 strippers. And then I noticed the strippers, they weren't just dancing, no. They were doing each other. They was going at it. I was like, yo! I think we're going to stay for a little bit. Two red stripes, man. So I'm watching the girls do their thing, and then I'm enjoying the show. But I noticed one by one, all the girls started to leave the stage. They were all leaving. Pretty soon it was empty. There was no strippers left. Place was just, there was nobody out there. And then all the lights went out. Places went dark. I tell you what, ain't nothing will sober your ass up quicker than being in a strip club in Jamaica and all the lights go out. My hand just went to my wallet. I was like, I ain't that fucked up. Shit. And it was only dark for a few seconds, right? Then one spotlight hit the stage and this girl came out the back. Beautiful, I'm talking 6'2", 6'3", big titties, big ass. And she came walking out real slow. And when she came out, the Jamaicans were nuts. They were like, Buck, 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 Buck. Like the crowd, I go, who the fuck is Buck? Is Sean Buck Harris performing? Sweet, it's your rap show, right? So the girl's on stage, she's doing her thing, right? About 20 minutes later, this midget comes out the back. A man midget, a dude, right? And the dude was running over the stage, right? And when he came out, the Jamaican dudes were nuts. They was like, Irie, man, Irie! Buck, 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 Irie! I looked at Brad, I go, I think the midget's name is Buck Irie. That's what I'm waiting on, okay. So right now, right? So I'm in the front row, I'm watching the girl because she's naked, but I can see Buck out of my peripheral running around the stage, right? Pretty soon I lost him. I was like, wait a minute, where did find Buck go? I couldn't find Buck no more, right? So the girl was in front of me. She had like a half a Tootsie Roll. She was like, ugh. When she opened up her legs, Buck was standing behind her, right? And he was so short, we made eye contact. I go, oh, there you are, Buck. What the fuck? So then the girl had a full Tootsie Roll. She was like, ugh, boom, and locked him in like a Lego. Like the motherfucker snapped between her, right? It was like they were made for each other. Like he fit perfect, right? So now Buck's just stuck, right? So all he's got to do is raise up about a half an inch with his head up. He can handle his business. That's what he did. He was like 6'6". What the fuck am I watching? So Buck's handling it. Then Buck backed up, sat down, started to take off his pants. I had a girl on my lap. I said, get on me, bitch. I want to see this shit. I ain't gay, but how many times in your life you gonna see a midget dick, honestly? I just want to know, do you have a man dick or a midget dick? I ain't gay, I just want to know. Check that off my bucket list, bitch. So anyways, Buck dropped his pants and his dick fell below his knee. But his knee was way up here. So I don't know if his bender is proportional, right? That Buck gets on top. He gets on top of this chick and he starts killing it, killing it. I said, dude, I can't be watching this shit. This shit's weird, man. I'm watching a midget band, a 6'3" chick. I mean, I stayed for 45 minutes and I left. Right? I stayed for an hour. An hour makes me a pervert. 45 minutes makes me curious. Don't get it twisted. I ain't a motherfucking pervert. I was curious. My dad was more than anybody, he was the one guy I was worried about when I had to tell him I got my wife pregnant. Because when I got my wife pregnant, we wasn't married. We were just messing around. And nobody in my family kind of knew I was messing with black girls because I didn't live at home anymore. I left, right? You know? And it's weird, like, because I always knew from an early age I had an attraction to black girls. You know, I did. Like when I hit puberty, I knew I liked black girls. I just didn't know where they were. You know, because I grew up in a trailer park. I went to an all-white high school. I remember watching TV like, where the f are these black girls on TV? Who the hell is this Tootie chick? I I gotta get to that Facts of Life school. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I should have read up. I should have read up on black culture before I just jumped in and started dating black girls. I didn't know enough about black girls. Just start dating them, you know, like, you know, because I remember I went out. I asked this black girl out, and you know, and she had beautiful hair. It was long. It was beautiful. I didn't know it wasn't hers. I didn't, you know. I thought it was her long, beautiful hair. And because I didn't know what a weave was. I didn't know what the fuck a weave was, you know. This is how I found out what a weave was. Honest to God truth. I asked the girl, we have a great date, right? We go back to my place, we're watching TV, and we're laying down on my bed, and she had her head right here in the pocket of my arm, right? And a lot of her hair got underneath my arm, and she didn't know I had a lock on it, because I didn't know, I thought it was her hair. We were just watching TV, right? So we're laying down like this, and her cell phone rang, and she hopped up to answer it, and I know I had a lock on that This is all I heard. Sick! Fastest sit up you've ever seen in your goddamn life. She's like, hello? Oh, I thought I scalped her, you know? She went to the bathroom, she goes, I gotta go home. I said, we gotta go to the hospital, fuck your house. I gotta save your life. I just took off half her skull. Like she stood up to go to the bathroom and like half her weave had popped up and it was just floating behind her head. And I was like, oh, the blood's coagulating. She about to die. She about to die. The blood's coagulating. She gonna pass out. She went to the bathroom, came out. I had already called 911. The ambulance showed up. Woo! She goes, what the f you do? I'm trying to save your life. I'll never forget that noise as long as I live. Sick! We're just back, man. The ambulance showed up. Who got scalped?
She did.
They kept looking at her. She seems fine. You don't see that. Nah, it's just glue. But it's funny, man, because, you know, I remember when I was going to tell my dad that he was going to have a black grandkid, basically, man, I didn't want to tell him in private. I want to tell him in a public place in case he freaked out, you know. He wasn't going to make an ass of himself too bad, right? So I remember I took him to a bar. We was having some beers, right? And I told him, I said, Dad, I got to tell you something, man. I got this girl pregnant, man. Yep. You're gonna be a grandpa. Yep. My dad was like, okay. Okay. I can handle it. Okay. All right. All right. I said, yeah. One other thing.
Oh my. What?
Again, what are you trying to say? Black, Dad, she's black. Hey, the girl's black, man. I got a black girl pregnant. My dad shocked me. The is into it. He goes, black? Oh, I was like, but my dad's a story topper. He couldn't let one of my story. He had to top it immediately. He goes, Gary, I just want to let you know, you ain't the first, all right? I go, what? You ain't the first. I go, first what? You ain't the first Owen to dip in the chocolate.
Dip in the chocolate.